Burton is here now with a look at sports. And Jess, the regular season is winding down, but some of our teams are heading in the wrong direction as we head towards the tournaments.
What is going on with a few of these teams, John? They're slumping right now, and it'll definitely affect tournament seeding, which starts just a few weeks from now. Luckily, though, a few teams got off to hot enough starts where they can afford to lose a few games here down the stretch. But there are two undefeated teams left, the football team and the boys cross-country team. The cross-country team improved to 6-0 this week, completing another perfect regular season. Oliver Jacob clocked a first-place finish at 17:21 to lead the Magicians over the Danvers Falcons. And then in the season's final race against Winthrop, Oliver finished third, and the top three Magicians finished 1 second apart from each other. Ian Struthers was first at 14:24, Eric Larson at 14:25, and then Oliver Jacob at 14:26. Now the Bay State Invitational is next for the team, and they'll be expecting to win it. And it was the same result for the girls cross-country team in their final two races to finish their season 5-1. They beat Danvers 20-44, and although the Falcons had the first-place finisher, it's a team sport, and our team was the better one that afternoon, placing finishers 2nd through 8th. The girls finished the regular season with a win over the Lady Vikings, getting a first-place finish by freshman Olivia Cleary, clocking in at 17:56. And then Mia Forrester had a good week, too. She finished 2nd in both races. The field hockey team is one of those teams that has played well enough all season that could afford to lose a few games if it happens that way. They came into the week 10-0-2, but they did suffer their first loss. But it's nothing really to be worried about. The defense still played great, and one goal just snuck in, and it was a 1-0 Panther win. And the girls played the same sort of game a few nights later, really tight game against Danvers, and it was one shot by Sarah Jordan for the Magicians that was the difference in their 11th win of the season. Now, the volleyball team got off to a 9-0 start before suffering their first loss to Danvers last week, and that loss has sparked a 3-game losing streak into the first half of this week. They failed to win a game against Peabody despite a good match from Jenny Norcross, and then the following afternoon they had the same result against Bishop Fenwick. After a few nights off, the girls got things going back in the right direction. Riley O'Grady helped snap the losing streak, leading the team with 18 assists against a weak Salem team. And the girls have two tough games upcoming against Hamilton Wenham and Masco, both out-of-conference teams, so it was important that the girls pick up at least one win. 2 would be nice to help regain some strength in the Division II North bracket as the tournament looms. Now, quarterback Drew Galley has been a stud all season for the Magicians, but this Friday he poured out his best performance yet. Not only did he have a record night through the air, going 12 for 14, almost perfect, for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns, he also rushed for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, with 2 bulk runs of 70 and 32 yards. The team improved to 6-0 and should be a force in the tournament. And the girls soccer team is unfortunately still riding that 3-game losing streak. The girls are 10-3-1 now, and we covered their 3-2 loss to Danvers earlier this week. Meg McCarthy scored one of the goals, and Megan Cronin, the Marblehead Fitness Center Player of the Game, scored the other. The game can be seen here on MHTV October 22nd at 1, brought to you by our community partner, National Grand Bank. Meg scored the lone goal in a 3-1 loss to Peabody on the 18th. The girls desperately need a win this week to stay in contention for the conference title. The boys soccer team dropped to under 500 this week and is in serious jeopardy of missing the postseason. They dropped to 6-6, losing to Danvers 3-1, and then they dropped to 6-7 with a home loss to Peabody 2-1, a game they really should have had. Marblehead Fitness Center Player of the Game Mike Conlon had some great shots on net, but was only able to get one past the Tanners keeper. We had the game covered here at MHTV, and it's always brought to you by our community partner, National Grand Bank. You can see it here Monday, October 24th at 7:30 p.m., and then again we'll play it Saturday, October 29th at 1 p.m. We'll finish things off today with the golf team, who split matches, losing to Winthrop 37.5 to 34.5, but beating Revere 49.5 to 22.5. Now, win or lose this week against English, the football team should be hosting a tournament game on Friday, October 28th. So mark the date. Make sure you get up there to see Jason Lopez run all over the Bulldogs at Piper Field, and hopefully it'll be the first win in a deep tournament run for our team. So for Headliner Sports, I'm Jess Burton. John, take us home.
All right, even with some of these losses, though, the Magicians still have a good shot to getting home field in the tournaments. And
They should. The girls' soccer team may not now. There's a few other teams that are pretty good in conference and out of conference. We'll just have to wait and see when the bracket comes out a couple weeks from now.
all right, and that concludes this week's Headliner. I'm John Caswell. On behalf of the entire news team here at MHTV, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.